Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe. There's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Hey guys, how you going? It's good to see you. It's good to be back. I skipped yesterday because, yeah, I was trying to treat the burn I have on my hand. What a stupid mistake. Menacing Muskrat, how you going? Alex, how you going? Shannon, how you going? Out to lunch, how you going? Fred, how you going? Sherry, Deb, Dana, how you going? Went out to lunch. Shannon said g'day from the Riverland, South Australia. Out to lunch, said, hey, beautiful Alex. Have my Bitcoin doubles. I'll send you some. Oh, God love you. Out to lunch at this moment. I'm $2 down. Need Trump to, or must to buy some. And out to lunch said, I imagine Riverland, Australia has beautiful places. I believe it does. Quite a beautiful place. Have we got anyone else here? Who else is here? Sherry Kai, how you going? Damn it, Mandy, how you going? Driving, listening? Oh, God love you. George, how you going? Is that all we've got at the moment? Yep, that's cool. Okay, so the first thing I just want to let you know is my hand's all right. Believe it or not, I had a big blister. You can, oh, hang on. You can't really see it on here. No. Okay, I had a really big blister that I had to wrap up last night because I knew it was going to burst when I was sleeping. But other than that, cold water, and believe it or not, Vaseline petroleum jelly. And there's like a little bit of redness, but there's nothing else. I don't know, it was quite a miracle, I thought. Okay. I never thought, like, because the first thing you do is I burnt myself and I was just going, you know, walking around the kitchen going, you know how you do, like if you kick your toe or something, right? And then my next thought was cold water. And then I started looking up on the phone what to do for an oil burn. And the first thing that came up was cold water and then Vaseline, petroleum jelly on it. Well, it didn't say Vaseline petroleum jelly, but it said Vaseline. So I used a thin layer of Vaseline on it, and it seems to be okay. Who would have thought? I certainly wouldn't have. Okay, let's go to see what's going on here. This is just, you may notice it's changed. I changed the colours in it. I didn't think this would be pink. It's a bit bright. This is Senator Penny Wong. Australia is lifting the pause on funding UNRWA following steps to strengthen the integrity of UNRWA operations. Do you remember what that was? Traitor. I'm not going to like that because that's her post. But anyway, I'm going to go over and show you what I've got for today when we do go to Rumble. Oh, I've got a lot of book notifications on. Hev's back, mate. The Vigilant Fox. We got Joe Rogan. Oh, if you call people maps, yeah, it's a bit weird. And they're trying to normalise. We know that. Oh, lots happening in the UK right now. Okay, something about Kate. Dylan Mulvaney's got a new song out. Days of Girlhood or something. I don't know. Oh, there's a good Joe M thing in here. People saying they can't take your property because of, you know, your name in capital letters. We've got Malcolm Roberts from Australia on a briefing. He's discussed the cash drought and the news that Armaguard is in financial trouble, which could have repercussions for cash. Armaguard is owned by transport magnate Lindsay Fox. His business interests extend to not just trucking, but airports also. The Prime Minister attended Lindsay Fox's lavish birthday party last year, a direct relationship there. Armaguard thinks it can use its connections with the Prime Minister to put its hand out for taxpayers' money when there are other options available. Banks are crying poor over the cost of their ATMs, but with profits at $31 billion last year, the banks could simply pay Armaguard more for their services. They could also stop blocking out smaller competitors like Commander Security and a small Australian cash handling company that wants to move cash for clients. Yet the banks refuse to accept their cash deposits. Why are banks forcing out profitable competitors? It appears so they can cry poor and put their hand out to the taxpayers. The excuse that nobody uses cash anymore is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Banks are forcing people to use online transaction by closing bank branches, 2,000 in the last 6 years, and by pulling out ATMs, 700 in the last 12 months. Banks charge fees on electronic transactions. They make nothing if you pay in cash, and as they don't know what you purchased, they can't use that information to build your data profile. Do you get it? Cash is anonymity. The Optus outage last year demonstrated just how easy electronic commerce is to disrupt. Even before that outage drove people back to cash, usage had actually stabilised in Australia at $30 million cash withdrawals a month, with more than $100 billion of cash in circulation. Rumours of its demise are wishful thinking from our greedy, self-interested banks. Banking is an essential service. If the banks are not going to fulfil their obligations and readily provide people with cash, then we need a people's bank to do it. There you go. Cash is king. Okay, can I read this one? Oh, yeah, no, I'll wait for Rumble on that one. Oh, we got Pauline Hanson with diversity, inclusion, equity. Pauline Hanson's Please Explain. The left has a new weapon called DIE. Diversity, inclusion and equity. These might seem like three harmless words, but they're nothing more than a glossy coat the left has used to camouflage their favourite way to undermine the foundations of Western society. So how do we stop it? You'll just have to tune into this week's episode to find out. And along with the return of Please Explain comes the release of our brand new 70th Anniversary Spirits collection. Is now available in the Please Explain shop. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Okay.
It's good to be back. A new season of Please Explain means a brand new release of Pauline Hanson's famous limited edition gin and this beautiful Rosella vodka. And let me tell you, compared to what's happened to my approval rating, this drop is much easier for me to swallow. So head on down to pleaseexplain.org.au/shop. Grab yourself a bottle and help us bring these episodes to life.
Wow.
Alrighty, time to hire our chief surgeon. 2 candidates, Steve,
top of his class, 25 years experience, miraculously never lost a life. Or Opal, legally blind with an essential tremor, never worked a day in her life, but has wanted to be a doctor ever since she was a little boy. What school did she go to? Puppy school. She identifies as a moodle. Okay, I think we should go with Steve. What do you think you're doing? Hiring on merit? Not on my watch, you're not! Bunch of white men hiring white men again? You swore an oath, remember? Or was your commitment to diversity just a lie? What's that? Alright, we'll hire Opal. Good. Nice job, Adam. This diversity, inclusion and equity weapon sure is powerful. Yeah, well, if you're serious about eradicating racism, you're gonna need the big guns. Oh, there's just so much racism around here. Look over there. Why is this Woolly selling Australian flags? Take them symbols of oppression down now. Of course, I apologise. Wouldn't you consult with First Nations peoples before putting this park bench here? Oh, I didn't think that. Tear it down and apologise. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. There's so much racism around here. What's that, a Zoom call without a welcome to country? Hey, Adam, do you reckon I could have a go at pointing the gun at people's heads? Oh, but please. Oh, fine. Yippee! Alright, stamping out racism wherever I see it. Is that a from the river to the sea poster? Ha! That's calling for genocide. That's racist, right? What? No! Elbow, that's activism. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, of course. I was just being stupid. Oh, but look over there. There's Australia's favourite lesbian female soccer player for the Matildas, Sam Kerr. And what's she doing? Being racist to a police officer? You stupid white bastard! Oh, Sam, you need to do better. Nope, that's not racist. Move on. What? But didn't you hear what she said? Yes, but it's impossible to be racist against white people, Elbow. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's not contradictory at all. But oh no, there's Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, doing blackface again. Elbow, no, he's one of us. Just ignore it. Now, hang on, now I'm confused. That doesn't make any logical sense. Logic is racist, Elbow. It's a filthy white construct designed to maintain the hierarchical power imbalance that we're trying to destroy. Oh, I get it. This is a completely incomprehensible weapon that's not actually used to eradicate racism, but rather just to use against our political enemies. Now you're getting it. Haha! Alright, let's go destroy the fabric of society.
Not so fast. You think I'm scared of this? I've had this thing fired at me more than anyone. Go on, take your best shot. Make my day.
Huh? What's going on? No one's ever stood up against this thing before. What do we do? Fire! Press the button, Elbow. What are you waiting for? Destroy her! Ah! Okay! Elbow, don't! Alright, let's open this stupid white bastard up. Scalpel. Oh no, the consequences of my actions, no! Authorised by D. Huxium for Pauline Hanson's One Nation Brisbane.
There you go.
It's good,
Whoops.
good to be back.
Hang on. Go back. Oh, dear.
A new...
I like the picture of Pauline when she was young, look. 2024 Collector's Edition Senate Gin. And Senate Vodka.
Please explain.
Go, Pauline. Any way you can get it, eh? And more about Anthony Albanese, our Prime Minister. Couldn't be more deep state if he tried. Actually, he's really low level, you know, that like most of them are. They don't realise they're going to be thrown under the bus just as much as anyone else if they succeeded. Rob Smith said, you wouldn't believe this, Anthony Albanese is claiming $310 per day to live in the lodge at Canberra. That's right, folks. This bastard is claiming the living away from home allowance. Even though he's the PM and living in a fully staffed house, he's getting $2,170 extra per week for claiming $310 per day to live in a house that's supplied for him. Australians better wake up. Okay, there's things going on all over the place with Trump and all these prosecutions going on against him. I don't know if you heard that Fannie Willis, they had to drop like a whole lot of the charges against him. But she's still allowed to prosecute him, but she has to get rid of Wade. I don't know. I don't know which side that judge is on. I don't know. Either setting a big trap for her to fall deeper into, I don't know. Or he's on her side. Cat Turd said, I saw this happen yesterday morning in real time where I live. Tracy S. says, this is what they do to our skies in Florida. Does this happen where you live? This happens all over the world. Chemtrails. You can get a big X marks the spot in the sky, which I have photos of. You can get grid lines. They can be black. They can be white. I don't know what... Do you know what it is? I mean, when I first started, it was barium, strontium, aluminium, and there was one other. Even red blood cells at one point. I don't know. Rumours, maybe. Okay. Yeah, that one's going to go on to... Oh, hang on. Joe Rambo said, they told us because of COVID. They told us because of a staged insurrection. 5GW. I'm not sure how or why people can't see the full picture. The inauguration of 2020 was so full of inconsistency. Oh, maybe. It's absurd. Early swearing in, Ron gun salute, Gaga dressed like Hunger Games, Nancy being led around by marshals, Biden saying salute the Marines because that's what his earpiece said. Trump never conceded. Trump was given the 21 gun salute. The boss left with the nuclear football for crying out loud. The drops told us, not shown, not told. He explained explicitly about the pause. He told you were in his second term. So do you think the fences and barbed wire and 25,000 troops were for COVID and a staged insurrection? I don't. We will have a peaceful transition via military power. It's about to get real. Take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. It's up to you. I actually should like the ones I've played so I don't double it up on Rumble. I might just upload this video to Rumble afterwards. Libs of TikTok said, breaking, the medical examiner just released Nexus cause of death. Yeah, there was a person who was apparently the media was telling everyone bullied to death, but apparently this person started it. Breaking, the medical examiner just released Nexus cause of death. She tragically died from an overdose. The left used this tragedy to attack Libs of TikTok, and the media lied about this story for weeks, insisting I was somehow responsible for Nexus' death. Medical examiner releases next Benedict's cause of death. I don't... Look, some of these names really make me think we're watching a movie. Just checking to make sure everything's all right. Yep, it's just a Rumble notification. Okay. It's not Alex telling me my sound is off. Sorry, Alex. I appreciate it every time you do it because as soon as that phone rings, I know something's wrong. Tulsa, Oklahoma, the medical examiner's office released next Benedict's cause of death as a suicide. The 16-year-old toxicology report indicated the probable cause of death resulted from diphenhydramine and fluoxetine combined. Okay? I don't know. Are any of these... I just had a thought. I just want to look up something. I don't know how to spell it, but I'm going to try. We're doing research in real time here, guys. If I can remember the spelling of the freaking thing. D-I-P-H-E-N. D-I-P-H-E-N. I can only remember a small block at a time. Hydramine. Okay, I can remember that. Hydramine. Hydramine. It's an antihistamine and sedative mainly used to treat allergies, insomnia and symptoms of the common cold. It's also less commonly used for tremors and Parkinson. or Parkinsonism and nausea. It's taken by mouth, injected into a vein, injected into a muscle, applied to the skin. Common side effects include sleepiness, poor condition, upset stomach. Its use is not recommended in young children or the elderly. So it's an antihistamine. What was the other one? Fluoxetine. Let me see if I can spell that one. Whoop. Yep, there it is. Sold under the brand name Prozac, among others, as an antidepressant of the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor class. It's used for treatment of major depressive disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, anxiety, bulimia, panic disorder, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Is that what they're called, premenstrual tension now? Used to be premenstrual tension. Have they renamed it to premenstrual dysphoric disorder? I don't know. It's also approved for treatment of major depressive disorders in adolescents and children 8 years of age and over. It's been used to treat premature ejaculation. Okay. Common side effects, okay? Now look at this, okay? Under the brand name Prozac. Common side effects include indigestion, trouble sleeping, sexual dysfunction, loss of appetite, nausea, diarrhea, dry mouth and rash. Serious side effects include serotonin syndrome, mania, seizures, an increased risk of suicidal behaviour in people under 25 years old, and an increased risk of bleeding. So, look, tell me these things do not cause, like, suicidal behaviour. Like, seriously. That's just Prozac. I mean, there's a lot that it's probably, I don't think Prozac, what's an antidepressant that can cause suicidal thought, you know, whatever. Okay. Well, I feel sorry for the kid, but, you know, what a cat wanting to go out. Always the way. Hang on, guys. Yes, I'm going to let you out. Hang on. Yes, hang on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Do you want to go out? Go on. You'll be scratching to get in 1 minute. Give it a minute. He'll be back. Scratching at the door. Okay. Okay, where are my headphones? Okay. Awakened Outlaw said, the way I see it, Michelle's main challenge isn't going to end up being the fact that she's a man. Having spent decades in the public eye, including as the First Lady, it will end up being the public's reaction to the grand deception, read here, lies, that they've been sold on as being true. Of course, the lefties nationwide will still vote for her no matter what, but many independent and moderate voters will consider the news as a betrayal of trust. And that's important because it would likely translate to her being unable to run for president, as the Dems were hoping to pull off as a Hail Mary type play to save their narrow asses. Poor bastards can't catch a break, can they? Yeah, it'll be the deception that gets them. Or the cover-up, one of the two. Yeah. Malcolm Roberts said great minds from all over Australia will lay out an incredible vision for the future of Australia and prove that truly the best is yet to come. Why do you think Malcolm Roberts is saying that? The best is yet to come. Over this coming week, who else have you heard say the best is yet to come? Trump? Over this coming weekend, you'll be inspired, provoked, entertained and spurred to action. Join us and we can work together to build a better Australia. Join the guest list and register now at tripleconference.com. I'm going to share that on Twitter, so if anyone wants to, hang on a sec. I can even share it in here. I'm just going to put the links in here. If anyone wants to, there you go. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, Rachel Backensdale, fighting words from New South Wales Labor Premier Chris Minns, saying the latest GST carve-up sends a lot of money down to Victoria, which is now a welfare state, receiving a whole bunch of money from the pockets of New South Wales families. How does it feel? When you're paying for mistakes that your government makes, how does it feel? Yeah. Okay. I'm in some really weird mood this morning. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm really sarcastic. Senator Gerard Rennick said a $4 billion 10-year agreement between the federal and Northern Territory government that aims to see up to 270 houses built annually in remote Indigenous communities will be unveiled by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese on Tuesday. The federal government is contributing $2.1 billion, of which about $844 million is new money. Printed out. $4 billion for 2,700 houses is just shy of $1.5 million per house. That's an absurd waste of money. Surely if so many houses were going to be built at the same time, the price can be much lower. Why not get an engineering corps in the army to build the houses as a form of skills training? They could build an airstrip and fly the materials in directly. There's no justification for this waste. Taxpayers deserve better. Wow. Senator Gerard Rennick needs to go and join One Nation. He really does. Because you could build some basic houses, like just normal houses, like better than mine even, but still normal basic houses for these people. Which a lot of people believe they just burn it down anyway, but not all of them, okay? Some of them do. I don't know why. I mean, they've gotten given government housing before, and I remember hearing about one lady who got given a brand new house. It's 2-story, and she burnt the thing down and demanded another one. I don't know why. Wall Street Silver said this is the first month. Oh, this is a young girl. First month I won't be able to afford rent. I've cut back on eating because I literally can't afford food. Rent's increased from $1,300 to $1,800. The food prices are too high. I don't spend a lot. And you know what I heard about this chick? She has a partner. Not saying that she's wrong, but I'm just saying, like, she has a partner. She went on holiday about, like, less than a month ago. I don't know, it's 2010 since I went on a holiday. Tell me how tough it is. No, it could be. Look, it could be. Anyway. But I'm hearing things about it that may not be like, it may be like a grift. Because people are finding that jumping on saying this is getting them big views. So, I don't know. Could be real. Might not be. Ian Miles Chong said, enter trans activism and woke ideology. First they asked to be tolerated, then they demanded to be treated like everyone else. That was fine. When they got what they wanted, they demanded special treatment. To not merely be accepted, to be included in everything, it became mandatory. And then they demanded to have their lifestyle celebrated, for men to be able to enter women's spaces, for men to partake in women's sports. That too was mandatory. When that wasn't enough, they demanded that your children be made to be just like them, for their ideology to be made into a state religion, for critics and dissenters and comedians to be cancelled, for every cultural, societal, social, and civilizational norm to be dismantled, altered, and radically transitioned to fit their demands. Enough. No more. I'm not giving... Oh. I found out that a family member is a they, them. I won't be going to visit that family until they grow out of it. That side of the family well, if I do, the person's going to be insulted because I'm going to call her by her name. Yeah, so probably don't invite me over if you don't want to be insulted, because I'm not playing along. I'm so honest. I'm too honest sometimes that I might hurt people, but I'm very honest, and I'd prefer that back to me. I'd prefer people be honest than go, oh, that dress looks nice. Not really. You know, what were you thinking? That type of thing. I'd rather they say, no, that doesn't suit you at all. Thank you. Thank you, you know. The real reason people are leaving Sydney. The Greater Sydney area has one of the highest foreign-born percentages in the world. Bigger even than cities like New York City, Los Angeles and London. While nobody can blame migrants for wanting to come and live in one of the best cities in the world, surely we can say that not enough blame is heaped on the major political parties for their poor handling of this massive intake. They have no idea what they're doing. They really don't. Malcolm Roberts said, for every drink you get, the taxman takes 2, and he wants to take more. It's just another tax that's out of control. One Nation believes you should keep more money in your pocket rather than letting Canberra have it. He's drinking some Bundaberg rum. You can get UP and you can get OP, overproof and underproof. And the overproof sends people bonkers. I don't know why, but I mean, in my experience, it might not do it to everybody, but people I know just keep drinking until they're legless. Or used to be. Libs of TikTok said breaking 41-year-old Natchez J. Dunlap was arrested for reportedly exposing his genitals to a 4-year-old girl at the Alaska Club gym. The gym allegedly refused to call police even after confirming the man's behaviour in video. They instead only revoked his membership. The mum then contacted the police and he was promptly arrested. Why did the Alaska Club cover for an alleged pedo who was also had a history of felony arrests? Wow. Bruno said that's why DEI is such an awful ideology. Hesitating to call the police because you may become the front page of CNN over a pedo experience racism is not valid. We have to collectively push against this moral sickness. I agree with that. Don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid to be called a racist or whatever. Like, seriously. People want to think I'm one, that's fine. Go for it. Awakened Outlaw said the real reason there's such a sudden and thunderous... But look, if this man was white, I'd be saying the same thing. The real reason there's such a sudden and thunderous backlash about protecting the French president's wife, Brigitte, being a man, isn't really about protecting her secret. No. In my opinion, this represents a preemptive reaction in anticipation of the other shoe dropping when the public finds out that Obama is similarly equipped with wedding tackle. Awakened Outlaw said, Joe, build back better. Michelle, build back. Oh. Mike Tyson. Mike Obama. Wow. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Things are coming out where people aren't who you think they are. Yeah, and I think it's getting ready to drop this one. So the world probably isn't going to be as shocked as they would if they just found out this one was straight away. If they find out another president or whatever he is, his wife is one. And then everyone will see why they're trying to normalise it, maybe. Sanchez said, allegedly Kate Middleton has passed away 8 hours ago. Has anyone heard about this? Has anyone else seen this? I heard she died a couple of months ago and they're trying to cover it up. I don't know. These might all be rumours. They might be true. Who knows? Okay, I just went on a little bit of a search for it. That's why there's a few of them. Shadow of Ezra said Princess Kate Middleton's been missing for almost 80 days now. Fake photos of her have been released. Kate Middleton is getting a divorce. She's in an induced coma. She's dead. The palace, meanwhile, has responded to the rumours by saying that Kate continues to be doing well. She's scheduled to resume her official duties by April. I don't know. What do you reckon? Will she be replaced? Is it going to be the real Kate? Is it going to be another Kate? I don't know. But have you seen the video of her bowing to everybody? I don't know if anyone's seen that. I don't know where I've seen it. But Kate Middleton had to bow to everyone. The Queen, the Prince, everybody. Everybody. It was a weird video. Maybe I've got it here. Hang on. Noor Shafiq said, I sincerely wish her for her well-being, but there are so many questions raised in this video, like if it was a planned surgery, why an ambulance was needed, why children didn't visit, and so on. Let's have a look.
Strange elements to this story, particularly when you look at the timeline of dates. So let's go back in time and do that. 12th of September 2023, Kate Middleton reveals a finger injury, which she claimed happened when she was trampolining with her kids. Innocent enough. Then 3 weeks later, on the 5th of October, Kate is pictured with 2 fingers still bandaged together. Seems like it must have been a pretty rough trampolining injury. On the 22nd of December, Wills and Kate announced an official trip to Italy, scheduled for early 2024. Now, if you're planning major surgery of any kind for early 2024, it seemed unlikely that you would also announce a trip to Italy at the same time. Then, December 25, Christmas Day 2023, the last verified public appearance of Kate Middleton, and also of the 3 children. Everyone looks happy and healthy. December 28, 3 days later, an ambulance with police escort is seen flying out of Sandringham, where the royal family was spending Christmas. There was no statement from the royals as to what that was about. Then, January 17, 2024.
The Princess of Wales' condition potentially more serious, admitted to this London private hospital on Tuesday, undergoing planned abdominal surgery described as successful.
At this stage, the palace won't say exactly why the princess required surgery, choosing to keep her diagnosis private. But she is likely to stay in hospital for up to 2 weeks. All her engagements expected to be cancelled until after Easter.
It's announced that Kate Middleton is recovering in a hospital called the London Clinic. Now, during those 2 weeks, there are no reports of visits from her parents, her siblings, or her children. On January 18th, the day after surgery, Prince William visits the London Clinic. It was the first and last time he was known to visit, where she was allegedly in the clinic for another 2 weeks. On January 24, UK papers report that the inner circle of the Waleses were shocked to hear of Kate's surgery and that they weren't aware of any health issues. January 26, King Charles reportedly visits Kate in hospital, but still no known visits from her kids or parents or family. January 28, Spanish journalist Concha Calleja claims Kate Middleton is in an induced coma after her surgery, and she cited unnamed palace sources. The next day, on January 29, Kensington Palace claims that Kate was discharged from the London Clinic to continue her recovery at home. At this point, Kate hasn't been seen publicly in over 35 days, and there are no photos of her exiting the hospital. On February 1, Palace aides slammed the Spanish journalist's story, which is a bit odd because they rarely comment on rumours. February 5, King Charles announces his cancer diagnosis, but doesn't say what it is or how bad it is. On the same day, UK Magazine published an article which said Kate's recovery would now be 9 months and not 3. 2 days later, on February 7, Prince Harry jets to London for a fly-in, fly-out hospital visit to see his dad. It lasted all of 45 minutes. Queen Camilla also visited the King a number of times. But you know who didn't visit? William. Nor did he issue any kind of public well wishes. On February 9, reports emerged that Kate is, quote, on the mend and has left Windsor to continue recovering at Sandringham. On February 20, Prince William puts out a statement on their joint social media account talking about the conflict in the Middle East, but there is no mention of Kate. William also used his solo monogram at the top, which he used to...
Don't know, probably just a distraction, but, you know, interesting nonetheless. Raja Shabana Arif said, is a heavily pregnant stomach supposed to sway from side to side like a water balloon? Or is Megsy wearing a moon bump? Check out the video below and let us know your thoughts. Watch this. This is a very weird way of moving when you're pregnant, of your stomach moving when you're pregnant. And there is a waddle, but it doesn't look like this. Are you ready for it? Watch your tummy. Your stomach doesn't do that when you're pregnant. It's pretty much like against your body. It goes with your body. That is just, I don't know, weird. Then you got the angry lawyer lady. You guys, that Kate Middleton photo is from her Vogue cover. Look at this face out I made. It's the exact same photo. So this photo that they showed, just watch. Okay, she got the Vogue picture. Change colours. Remove the background. Same photo. Where's the wedding ring? Left hand, that one. Where's the wedding ring? Okay. Okay, the plot thickens. Was Kate pregnant with Thomas Kingston's baby? I don't know. The rumour mill is flying. Okay, let's have a look.
Gonna come out now. Allegedly, Kate Middleton may have been pregnant with Thomas Kingston's baby. To make matters worse, Thomas Kingston was found dead just a few days ago, locked inside a room at his parents' apartment with a traumatic head injury. For those that don't know, Thomas was in a relationship with Kate's sister Pip Middleton for quite some time. And he stayed in contact with Kate ever since. Even recent WhatsApp messages have been leaked showing Thomas was sending her messages wishing her a speedy recovery in terms of her stomach issues. But did Kate fall pregnant with Thomas's baby, and did she refuse to have an abortion after having 3 children? And then did someone forcibly remove the pregnancy? Again, it's allegedly. The longer the Buckingham Palace stays silent on this issue, the more speculation is going to run riot. And Kate hasn't been seen since Christmas Day. So something is clearly fucking going on here. He was blatantly murdered. She hasn't been seen since December. There's something going on. Surely there's something going on. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I will keep you up to date, for fuck's sake.
I agree, mate. For fuck's sake. But they want this to go. I believe they want the rumour mill to go, because that's why they're not telling anybody what actually happened. Proudly Me said, for those still trying to figure out Kate Gate, is that what they're calling it? The problem is they doctored, not edited the photo to deceive the public into accepting it as proof of life. These are public figures and part of the UK government. What else have they lied about? Okay. Lisa asked, do we live in Russia now? In the Northern Territory, which is now receiving billions in taxpayer funding from the federal government for Indigenous housing and schools, there's also been an investigation into corruption within the Labor Party. So what's Labor's response? To block the Independent Commission Against Corruption's access to documents. And Labor have won because the ICAC has stepped away from the investigation. Scary stuff. Allegations of political influence in the office of ICAC amid its ongoing corruption investigation into the sitting Labor government strikes at the heart of our democracy. Well, I'm sick of hearing the word democracy. And shows just how compromised our institutions really are here. How is it that we have to be asking questions about the anti-corruption body's integrity, while our government is under investigation for serious corruption, and while other fundamental legal agencies such as the police and the office of the DPP have also repeatedly shown their failures to act with integrity? Because that's how it works. They cover up for each other. Okay, just for people who have not seen this one, okay? Australian banks are asking why you're withdrawing the money. Here are some great and interesting answers, okay? From Geoloft. Thank you, Geoloft. Let's have a little listen to some answers that you could give the bank for why you're withdrawing money that will absolutely leave them flabbergasted. They can't really say much.
When you withdraw cash in Australia, the banks want to know why, so let's go tell them the truth.
How much?
Around 6,000.
What is it for?
My missus thinks I cheated on her last week. She's doing my head in, so I need to give her some cash and a necklace. She doesn't like flowers, she just likes designer handbags and shit.
Time there?
No worries. I don't know why it's important for the bank to know. It's money.
I have to ask.
I've got to go to a beauty salon to bleach my arsehole.
Yeah, there we go.
There's a bleaching package, and yeah, they say you can make it up to 3 shades lighter. Drugs, the devil's lettuce, you would know.
That's what you want me to put, John Bernard?
I don't deal it personally. I just connect people together.
Whatever you do, it's your business.
What's the money for?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
We need to ask customer why.
I need it for steroids. Summer's coming up, Stereosonic festivals. I need a shred for summer. I mean, if you must know, I'm transitioning to be a woman, so I have to pay for the surgery. It's an expensive surgery. It's not covered under Medicare. When you withdraw cash in Australia, the banks want to know why.
Yeah, so just give them one of those excuses, okay? I'm transitioning. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, he wants to bleach his butthole. Well, let him. City lawyers said, is social credit already here? Anyone else with this experience? I have had 3 bank accounts frozen because I invested in cryptocurrency. When I asked, can I use some of my clear funds, no debt, to buy bread, milk or toys, the answer was no. Computer says no. That's $84,000 frozen for all purposes because the Commonwealth Bank of Australia doesn't like crypto. I asked when the accounts would be unfrozen. No answer. What about if I go to the TAB, buy smokes, scotch? Can I get your permission for that? Or do I need to have completed a diversity, equity and inclusion course? Or are banks scared of Bitcoin? If this is the Orwellian way they behave, they should be very afraid because there'll be a rush out on the banking system in order to secure financial freedom. Everyone will leave the banks because they'll see exactly what they are. Alexandra Marshall said, oh, so you're an expert in whatever now, right? This is the standard response from left-wing, typically young social media users. These individuals who are bewildered that people have diverse interests and knowledge bases, as if reading and comprehension was suddenly a thing of a myth. This left-wing mode of thinking subscribes to authoritative knowledge, and those who endorse it have had their own curiosity suppressed to the point they no longer ask questions or offer opinions. The role of the educated youth is to repeat approved doctrines. This is why they scream insults and storm off if you start asking them for evidence to support their position. They don't know. They didn't come to these conclusions, they repeat them blindly. If an ordinary person is able to explain a scientific concept or make a discovery based upon interpretation of the evidence before them, it offends the power structure created between left-wing academics and their obedient offspring. In their eyes, you cannot know something unless you repeated it from someone with an acceptable qualification. Where else do you see this behaviour? Right here. Certainly not in traditional science, which was almost solely a process of discovery by laymen, so ordinary men. No, we see this behaviour in cults, where the cult leader defines knowledge and the followers repeat it. Anyone with knowledge from outside the cult is attacked. There you go. That's why. What is this? I don't even know why I've... Okay, Libs of TikTok said this is Danny Lalondes, a non-binary game developer. She was hired by Cliffhanger Devs to create a game based on Marvel's Black Panther. She says she doesn't hire white people because they're unsafe and it's hard to work with them, and only hires people of colour. Is this Cliffhanger Devs' official policy? Let's listen to this.
I have a team of 21 right now for Validate. It's a pretty big team. It's a crazy big team for indie games. But who is your team? Validate has a team of mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me. And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something may be okay, but it was really a microaggression. And no one wants to deal with that while they're trying to make a game that they love. I have a team of 20.
Okay, they're trying to find, I don't know what a microaggression is, but they're trying to find offence at anything they can, people like this. And not only that, she seems to want segregation. Is that what she wants? That's what she's doing. Like, I don't know. Very weird to me. I don't know. Libs of TikTok said, the last thing I ever thought I'd be doing on a Wednesday afternoon is defending myself against Ron DeSantis. I made a sarcastic comment about Florida apparently allowing illegals to get driver's licenses because a woke state attorney literally told an illegal... Where's I up to? To get a licence. I clarified twice in the subsequent posts that Florida law doesn't allow illegals to get licenses and demanded accountability from state attorney who was trying to subvert Florida law. These corrections were made hours before DeSantis attacked me and hours before the community note was published. Now the governor, who I've only ever congratulated for his wins and have never attacked, is publicly attacking me, calling me a liar and a grifter. Just wow. I understand DeSantis wanting to correct the record, and this post could have been a correction, championing Florida's incredible record on illegal immigration. Instead, it turned into a personal attack. And for the record, I think DeSantis is a good governor. Have publicly said this and still stand by it. The personal attack from him is disappointing. Ron DeSantis said Libs of TikTok community noted for lying about Florida law, which not only prohibits illegal aliens from getting driver's licenses, but also prohibits recognition of licenses issued to illegal aliens from other states. Truth shouldn't be a casualty of an attempt to generate clicks and engagement farm. And it's in response to Libs of TikTok saying this normally quiet, peaceful neighbourhood in Florida was shaken this week when 3 illegals from Guatemala were arrested for forcing a woman into the car and assaulting her. Apparently Florida also gives illegals driver's licence. Oh, okay, yep, I see where. Biden's open borders allowed violent criminals to terrorise America. Okay, so because one officer was told the person to go and get a licence. A woke state attorney literally told an illegal to go and get a licence. There you go. Alexandra Marshall said, I'm laughing so hard. There's a whole group of renewable fiends on Malcolm Turnbull's nuclear thread claiming, and I kid you not, because consumer demand for energy fluctuates, we need inconsistent sources of energy like wind and solar to satisfy it. Stable baseload power like nuclear won't work, they said. Yes, because the solution to varying demand is an unreliable source of energy. Who needs a reliable baseload grid? These people are going to end up in a self-inflicted dark ages with no idea what went wrong. And look, even though I'm reading about Australia, you could apply this to any country right now. You could apply it to the UK, you could apply it to Canada, New Zealand, maybe. I don't know how New Zealand's going. I haven't heard much on them lately. The US, all of us. They're all trying to do the same thing. Malcolm Roberts said, we've all heard this lie before. The government lied about COVID vaccines being compulsory, and the government is lying about digital ID being compulsory. So let's have a listen to what they're trying to word salad this into. Let's have a listen.
The digital ID system being safe and trustworthy and voluntary. The government's position on COVID-19 vaccinations is that it is voluntary.
The COVID vaccine is now mandatory.
All authorised workers in Victoria must be fully vaccinated
or risk losing their job.
That will be implemented in a partnership between the Commonwealth and the states.
It's not a choice to get vaccinated.
Decisions that state governments and the Commonwealth government took were difficult.
The Queensland Supreme Court has found mandatory COVID vaccination for police officers and nurses unlawful.
And they balanced up, as is always the case with human rights.
Outgoing Commissioner Katarina Carroll failed to give proper consideration to human rights.
And in breach of their human rights.
It is voluntary, and obviously people will make that decision for themselves.
If you're an individual, you will not have to have one of these digital IDs.
It is voluntary.
Do you believe them? I don't. Okay, and the 15-year-old Missouri girl who was beaten unconscious has severe brain damage and a skull fracture. I thought she was passed away. I don't know. Kaylee was left convulsing after she got her head beaten on the pavement outside Hazelwood East High School. Kaylee has not woken up yet and has swelling, major brain bleeding, frontal lobe damage and a fractured skull. Kaylee is fighting hard to stay alive and heal, but this is only the beginning of a very uphill battle for Kaylee and her family. We will not know the extent, I believe, not extinct, of the brain damage that has occurred until she wakes, the family said in a GoFundMe post. Attorney General Andrew Bailey is calling on the 15-year-old girl who beat Kaylee to be tried as an adult. This evil and complete disregard for human life has no place in Missouri or anywhere. I'm praying for the victim. Oh, it was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Jim Ferguson said, alert, is the First Lady of France actually a man? Is Macron gay? According to researcher Brigitte Macron was born as Jean Michel Troganu. A man. I don't know how to say that. But President Macron's wife said she was being targeted by transphobic rumour and she would file a complaint. Wow. Holy guacamole. The source of this information on Brigitte Macron's past life was in articles published in September in the journal Fiat's et Documents, citing extensive evidence of massive cover-up about a trans figure in the Elise. Is that how you say it? I don't know. France's First Lady dismissed it as a conspiracy theory. On French social networks, the hashtag Jean Michel, whatever, has been trending for several weeks now. On November the 7th, a Twitter account, a journal de la Macronie, I don't know, launched the quest for finding Brigitte. French people are going to be laughing their heads off at me. I can't pronounce any words. Launched the quest for finding Brigitte's lost brother who disappeared without a trace. Okay. Is that who it is? The hashtag has generated close to 80,000 mentions, in particular on anti-tax and far-right accounts. Note the Visibrain site, a Russian television station, has demanded an investigation into the rumours. The journalist Natasha Ray, who is the author, said she had firm evidence the First Lady was born Jean Michael, transgender male. Ray has been researching the shady past of Brigitte and the curious disappearance of her alleged brother. Is this her brother? Because that looks awfully like a bit too much. I mean, I know relatives do look alike, but not that much. Jean Michael was spotted in the company of the highly controversial Joseph Douche, since found murdered in the late 80s of the previous century, around the time when Brigitte appeared, said Ray. The pastor was the first advocate of gay marriages and trans surgery and head of a pedo ring. Many suspect that Douche has played a role similar to that of Jeffrey Epstein blackmailing those in power. Very interesting, isn't it, Obama? I think so too. It's going to come out soon, I know it is. All these things are going to wake the public up. Senator Babbitt said 3 things which need to happen right now. Forbid all members of Parliament and those who work in the public service from having anything to do with the World Economic Forum. Drop the digital ID bill and outlaw digital ID from ever being implemented in any way, shape or form. And 3, ban the central bank digital currency. Can we ban the central banks as well? Yeah, I think we need to. Matt Wallace said, breaking news. Drake Bell, who starred in Drake and Josh, just revealed that gay Hollywood pedo executives have pictures of serial killers who attack little boys in their homes. He said that Brian Peck has a signed picture of serial killer John Wayne Gacy and a collection of letters he'd been sent by Gacy, who was known as the Killer Clown, who attacked and killed over 30 young men and boys in the 1970s, actually raped them, okay? He appears he uses those items to intimidate his own victims. How many other Hollywood executives have clown pictures in their homes? Well, you know about the Podestas and their artwork, don't you? Awakened Outlaw said people are going to be shocked how many political powerful men are married to gender benders. Or in the case of Jacinda Ardern, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand and COVID vaccine Nazi, are one themselves. Allegedly, apparently. The consistency of this being the case helps validate the existence of the hidden satanic agenda of the globalist plan New World Order, because if there wasn't, what are the chances of so many similar deviants being in the top echelons of power unless it was intentional? The mathematical and probability of the phenomenon, once the extent of the practice becomes known, will expose the truth along with the agenda, which I believe I just said not long ago. This is going to expose the whole thing. Trans agenda. Trying to normalise it all. And why do you think they're trying to normalise pedos? Mark said the polls are telling us that this awful Labor government will get a second term, but with decreased majority, which means they will form a government with the lunatic Greens and the elite Teals. It'll be time to look for a new country. This one will be unlivable if that happens. One nation. Pauline Hanson and Malcolm Roberts. And I believe Craig Kelly's joined One Nation. Marcus said, a mistake, Labor. Once again, Labor is underestimating the Australian public. They thought they could manipulate the narrative with the failed referendum last year, and that the average Australian was too stupid to make the right decision. They were wrong. Now they've started a scare campaign against nuclear energy in a bid to defend their failed green energy policies. Australians won't be fooled on this issue either. The fact is that technology has and is being used safely all around the world for many decades. These countries enjoy reliable, cheap electricity that supports their industries and their economies. Most are building more and must laugh at Australia putting up solar panels and windmills. Yep, they think Chernobyl... have you seen Chernobyl? Have you seen videos of Chernobyl? Go and look at... They're all over YouTube. You can find History Channel 1's on it. It's green. The animals are back. They've been back for years. I think people like this is what I mean. There are certain conspiracy theories that the left has made up, right? Is nuclear one of them? What nuclear power, like what nuclear does? And Alex, I will show that on Rumble right after we finish here. We'll hopefully go to Rumble. Hopefully it'll behave today. We're not playing a movie, so maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have a look at why I think that shortly on Rumble. Alexandra Marshall said in Australia we have a political party called the Teals. They say they are independent, but they have the same billionaire renewable energy paymaster, wear the same shirts, and have websites made by the same people with the same policies. These Teals are a party of lobbyists. Their purpose is to pass policy for the financial benefit of the renewable industry, the same industry which bankrolled them. This is a manipulation of democracy to make money for those who conscripted them. Because Teal members are dripping in wealth, they disguise their message under various socially acceptable victims groups, namely they are mostly women. Vote for independent women who care about the environment. This is the lowest form of politics. It is ideological corruption for the express benefit of private corporations. And yet people fall for it. Geoloft, thank you again. I mean, therefore I am, said, this Latina knows what time it is. Let's have a look. Let's see what time it is.
Cerrar la frontera. ¿Por qué? Porque vienen puro puto ojete. Mira mis hermanos. Yo trabajo todos los putos días.
He works every day, washing cars, making concrete, cutting trees. How many mothers come and put them in 5-star hotels? $500 a day. Yep, he's voting Trump.
Claro que sí. Trump va a sacar a la basura de aquí. Oh, mira. Cerrar la frontera. ¿Por qué? Porque vienen puro...
God love him. Sorry, I've got a tickle in the throat. Hang on one sec, guys. I'm going to just have a bit of a coughing fit. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Geoloft again. So what's wrong with this world today? Perhaps a clue. Nature Girl said, why can two people see the same thing but describe it so differently? Their programming has told them what to see. Maybe it's time to detune our learned judgments. Let's have a look.
I'm going to play a recording of people chanting, "That is embarrassing," 4 times. After the 4th time, write down what you hear. Interesting. Almost everyone here heard "that is embarrassing." Listen again and watch the screen. You heard the same thing every single time. Our eyes and ears take in electrical signals which our brains interpret based on our expectations. We don't see reality. We see our reality.
Okay. Did you get that? I hope so, because I just missed it. No, I do know what that one was about. That one was interesting.
I'm going to play a recording of...
Because how many times did you think it could be that, could be that, could be that, and could be that? But it depends on what you're told to believe. Geoloff said, make no mistake, it's the 800-pound gorilla in the room the officials are trying their best to avoid. The world remembers what happened at Boston Harbour. David Wolf said, tax season and people refuse to file. Hang on, I've got a cat here. I've got to try and look over the cat.
This year, for tax season.
Pause. They run out of money quicker that way too if you don't pay.
I can't believe this is happening. People are refusing to file their taxes. For the first time in history, people have banded together and they're just flat out canceling appointments with CPAs, with H&R Block, and just people who prepare taxes, or if they do their own taxes, they're just not filing. There's tons of videos of CPAs and accountants saying, hey, does anyone else have a bunch of cancellations suddenly for this year for tax season? Even my people who do my taxes, they were saying, hey, there's been tons of cancellations. What is going on? Well, last year, a lot of videos went viral of people asking other people, let's band together and not file and pay our taxes, because they knew that they were going to owe money. And lo and behold, this year, 2024, when people started showing their testimony saying, hey, I'm actually owing money for the first time. I'm broke, like broke. I'm not going to be able to afford my bills, because they would use the tax money to pay their bills. So now people don't want to file at all, and they're canceling their appointments with H&R Block. They're not doing Intuit TurboTax. They're not going with CPAs or accountants, all because they do not want to pay their taxes. People have banded together and they stopped filing. What the hell is going on?
Okay. I do not suggest that you do that. Okay? What's this one about Kate Middleton that Geoloff has sent me another one? It's probably got me interested in it. Let me have a look.
The Kate Middleton photo scandal has now got me seriously questioning this. All I'm saying is, if I'm a nearby country previously occupied by the British, the Queen is dead, the monarchy is tanking public trust via Photoshop, the spare is in California making podcasts, and the real government blew through 3 prime ministers in a year of Brexit. Kate Middleton disappeared to get a degree in graphic design. And she was excited to show us what she's been learning. Fucking hell. Daily Mail releases 2 more perfectly normal images. Kate Middleton. How am I supposed to work all day when I have all of this Kate Middleton research to do? Everyone's such a bestie.
Oh, are you right there? Did you sneeze? Are you sneezing? Oh dear. Okay, Kate's here said, I'm ready to spill about the abhorrent waste of taxpayer and ratepayers' money in state and local government in Victoria. I'm done in this sector. Let's have it. Has she said anything? Oh yeah, Brett Sutton cooked the food business. The Sludgate, I remember that. Has she said anything else? Everyone's saying, do it, Kate, throw him under the bus. Raymond McCowan said, use my name. Do what you got to do. We've all had a gutful. Everyone's encouraging her. What's this? Jason Helms said, just finished this book, Bad Therapy by Abigail Schreier. This is one of the most eye-opening books I've ever read. It's a must-read for any parent, teacher, and should be required reading for any school administrator as well. This book dives into trying to figure out why kids are having so many mental health problems, why there's so many resources devoted to improving mental health outcomes. Anxiety, depression, suicide, etc. are all higher than they've ever been with kids, even though their lives are arguably better than ever before. It just doesn't make sense. You right there? Oh. A few key takeaways from the book. A constant attention on how kids are feeling or thinking is causing negative outcomes. Constant ruminating on your emotions and how you feel negatively impacts your mental health. If all you do is focus on your emotions, you are destined to be anxious or depressed. We incessantly ask kids how they're feeling, if they're happy, how their mental health is, etc. And this is creating kids who think they're fragile instead of resilient. Trying to solve every problem for kids has caused a generation who can't do anything for themselves. We, Gen X, were told to suck it up, or you'll live, or rub some dirt on it, all the time. Many of us came to the conclusion that this is bad parenting because our feelings were neglected, and we vowed not to do this to our own children. Because of that, kids immediately over-traumatize everything that happens to them, making mountains out of molehills and thinking the world must revolve around their emotions and feelings. You develop confidence and strong mental health by doing things, not by thinking or via therapy. You can't think your way out of anxiety. You don't gain confidence by analysis of your thoughts or mental health issues. You gain confidence and eliminate anxiety by doing gradually more difficult tasks, excelling at them and realizing that you're a competent, capable person. The non-stop attention therapy gives these small, common emotions we all feel, blows them out of proportions to their seriousness. Not talking about genuine disorders here, just normal anxieties that millions of people go through therapy to try to avoid. One of the best ways to decrease your happiness is to chase it. Our society constantly tells kids they should be happy and asks them if they are. Happiness isn't a state you should be in 24/7. That's not realistic. Joy and bliss aren't permanent states, they're fleeting. Contentment, stillness, and being even-keeled are much better goals to aim for mentally. The happiest, most well-adjusted kids come from families with loving parents that have strict rules for the household. By the way, when you lay out strict ground rules for your household, the kids are actually better. They know where they stand. They know what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do, mostly. This one really set off the confirmation bias in me. I feel really blessed. We have two well-adjusted middle school kids who do great in school, are very respectful and well-mannered, and we barely even need to parent them. But for years we were very strict with them. Bedtime, family rules, how we do things, etc. The in-laws and lots of friends thought we were totalitarian. In reality, we just had high standards, and it's really paying off right now. I found it really interesting that strict rules equals happy kids. Makes sense, though, as kids need to know what their boundaries are. Constantly surveying school-age kids about their mental health causes more issues than it solves. Mental health resources is big money. Districts need to validate all the resources allocated towards mental health, and they often do that via surveys. Asking kids non-stop questions like, have you thought about self-harm? Have you thought about suicide? Have you been so anxious you can't get out of bed? Etc., puts into their heads the idea that themselves or many of their peers are broken, cannot function properly in the real world. It normalises situations that would be incredibly rare at any other time in history. There's a lot of other takeaways too, but I'll stop there. It's a fantastic book. Go and pick it up and read it. This isn't an affiliate thing or a promotion thing at all. I just really enjoyed it, and it will further shape the way I parent moving forward. And that sounds very straightforward. And I'm going to share that too. That is pretty good, man. And I agree. You can wallow in it, or you can pick it. Look, I did it for years. Wallowed in depression for years. Had a shit life for a while. And then snapped myself out of it with help from the Bible and other things, but just snapped myself out of it. So, yeah, I agree with it though. Crystal Mitchell said, why am I still in Melbourne, Victoria? It's my home and I love it. In spite of Victorian Labor, Melbourne is beautiful and it will bounce back. I believe it. I hope so. I'm sure it will, really. Senator Matt Canavan said there are more than 500 coal-fired power stations being built around the world, but we're trying to close the 18 remaining Australian coal plants because we think that it will cool the planet. Other countries are getting cheap power using all our coal. That is crazy. China's building 332 coal power stations, India 64, Indonesia 19, Russia 13, Kazakhstan 10, Bangladesh 8, Pakistan 8, Philippines 7, Vietnam 7, South Africa's building 4, Australia's not building any coal plants but plans to shut down its last 18 coal stations. So there you go. Am I at the end? I think I am. There you go. That was the news. That I can do here anyway. Oh dear. Oh shoot, just jumped. Hang on a sec. Let me go back. How far back can I go? Randy, how you going, Randy? All I can go back to is Randy saying male nurse. Alex said that sounds like taste buds at Kai. I like things now that I didn't used to like and vice versa. Kai said probably. Shannon said then what does actual cardboard taste like now? Old School Pete said, yeah, male nurses too. Sal said, Big Mike rides the bike. Kai said, good question, Shannon. Randy said, cook. Deb said, hey, Hev and Hev123. How you going, Deb? And Dee Lee and Sal. And everyone I've missed. How you going, guys? Zal said, everyone getting your Hev vacation? Kai said, not lately, too sore. Deb said, hey, Randy. Zal said, g'day, Deb. Shannon said, wailing for the clone to finish growing. Lol. Waiting for the clone to finish growing? Or wailing for the clone to finish growing? Out to lunch said, how long, Ford, did it take to cook a clone? Old School Pete said, I've heard everything from she's dead, affairs, and William's actually a Rothschild. I've heard that too. I just don't know. I don't know what's true and what's not at the moment, so I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. I did enough today, that's enough. Yeah. Randy said, got my new baby pot plants ordered for the spring. Oh, lovely. Old School Pete said, people going mad for this story. Sherry said, another Diane situation. I don't know. Alex said, something very sinister happening with Kate. The media only issues a kill notice very rarely. Shannon said, hey, Debs, tries to be a moist yesterday. Oh, we've got, full-on rain today. It's cold. Alex said, I think so, Sherry. I've been following it all week since the dodgy Mother's Day picture. Old School Pete said, abdominal, pregnant. Hey, Kencheggy Yowie, how you going? Alex said, Willie has apparently been having an affair with a woman called Rose Hunbury. Wow. Old School Pete said, rumour mill's still spinning on this in the UK. Dolores, how you going, Dolores? They said they probably Diana'd her. D. Lee said, we'll probably never know the truth on Kate. Geoloff said, in my opinion, Kate is dead or she's super screwed up. This could all be silenced with public appearances, even if it's from a hospital room. The fact they won't speaks volumes about her fate. Yeah, because they won't clarify anything. They just say, oh, she's doing well, recovering well, I don't know. Something like that. Old School Pete says she's meant to have been having 1, 2, it's all messy, apparently, who knows? What if it's like a Rosemary's Baby type thing? Sorry, I'm not laughing at, if it really is, that could be really bad. But, I mean, I don't know, I compare a lot of things to movies. It just reminds me, I don't know why it reminds me of Rosemary's Baby. I don't know. Alex said it could all be rumour, but there are so many dodgy things about the stories, Old School Pete, yeah. And I don't know if I said hello to you, George, but how you going, George? Out to lunch said, Randy, I'm jealous, I need some seeds. What I get has no seeds. Flyby Stew, how you going? I heard they all been arrested. Kai said, William may have given her the horse beating. Oh. Old School Pete said the lizard's going to hatch soon. Oh. Kai said it's off centre. What was off-centre? Flyby Stu said, hey, Deb. Geoloff said, Dealey, in the words of Nixon, it's not the crime that gets you, it's the cover-up. That's it. Alex said, Willie was also with that guy, Thomas Kingston, the day he died, and there was something in the paper that said, what would happen if Will committed a serious crime? Oh, really? Alex said, the House of Windsor is crashing down. The House of Windsor is crashing down. Kevin, how you going? I bet self-inflicted massive head injury. Yeah. Yeah, I bet he did. Yeah, he just banged his head all over the walls, you know, trying to take himself out. Has he sat down yet? Oh, yep, he's behind me there somewhere. Which side's he on? There he is there. And in the mirror. Just checking on the cat, so... Shannon said, could be a cooking a moonchild ready to burst forth, alien's chest burster style during upcoming eclipse. I don't know. Al said, Kate Gate. Dealey said, Alex, good, let it fall. George said, can't happen quickly enough, Alex. Alex said, I know it's about bloody time, Dealey. Flyby Stu said, bring 'em down. Ranger said, everything is a lie, we live in the Matrix, I know. Feels like that, doesn't it? We really do. Out to lunch today, April 8th, solar eclipse in the comet. Oh, okay. A flyby Stu saying hello to Zal. And old school Pete saying Deb, George and crew. Kai said Randy's correct. Deb said I find it offensive. Offences or offensive? Conchega Yowie said, g'day all. Dealey said, this is what needs to be done with the governments. Question what they're spending our money on. Alex said, bleachers bumhole. Bongholio. Deb said, out to lunch, don't forget earthquake. Alex said, I agree, Randy, all the world's a stage. Conchega said, Dealey, they spend our money on their shareholders. I reckon they pocket a lot of it. Sal said, I reckon the banks are all collapsed and they're not telling. Mm-hmm. There's still cash card machines. They're just not tied to any bank. The one I go to isn't anyway, and it doesn't charge you $2.50 for each, like, withdrawal or anything you do. Shannon said, ask for it all in $1, but strippers don't like it as much when you throw dollars at them. Well, not since we changed to dollar coins. Yeah, that's no good throwing coins at people. Flyby Stu said money's not worth anything anyway, so why not? Why let it upset you? Yeah. Randy said about but strippers have coin slot. I didn't say that, okay? Just erase that last 5 seconds. Sal said council workers have a coin slot. Randy said silk line. Oh my God, okay. Conchega said, Shannon, the coins do not stay when you tuck them in between. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, just erase the last minute or so. Sal said, sue the game developer for racism. Old School Pete says you should be arrested for race discrimination. Alex said, I didn't know. Now old Rothschild is dead. I hope they don't bring in the digital. But I think it might be coming. They want to completely control us before we all stand up against them. They won't win. They're not going to win, believe me. Shannon said, can you swipe the magnetic stripe on your credit card? Can't you swipe the magnetic stripe on your credit card? Maybe. Some places, I don't know, mine didn't work everywhere. But that was an old card, so it's probably like scratched and stuff. Sherry said, do they not realise what they're doing is also racism? I don't think they do. They've been told it's not, so they're just the left that listens to other people tell them what is and what isn't, instead of doing their own research. Pete says, someone white should go for a job and take them to the cleaners. Alex said, I try and use cash most of the time. So do I. I really, really do. If I can't, like if it's unavoidable, then I'll use my card, but I try my hardest to get all my cash out and use cash for everything. That just works against me when I take all my cash out and realise there's a bill coming up. That sucks. But anyway. Okay. Shannon said, sweet baby ink is putting diversity crap in computer games. Oh. Shannon said, wow, Alex, how does it work with male strippers? Randy said, coin slot in the rear. Oh, Flyby Stew said, was watching Nicholas and can't spell his last name. He's back on YouTube. Israel Perez on the same team. Sal said, DeSantis is controlled opposition. Yeah. Kai said DeSantis is a, what is it? A lizard? Hey, Charles, how you going? Sal said DeSantis is controlled opposition. Randy said, if you see it, it's controlled. Flyby Stew said, all the Five Eyes have. Sal said, nobody ever talks about the free energy tech they took out of society in 1900. Yes, I'd like to know where it went. Can we have it back? Thanks. Yep, thanks. I'll take that back, thank you. I believe that's part of Trump coming in. Zal said, Coke is such stooge for the cabal. Yes. And that woman pushing the digital ID is evil. Randy said, bit more than half my province of Ontario's power come from one nuke plant. Oh, really? Wow. Alex said, where it was slowly being phased out, I saw a video earlier of a priest letting a Muslim imam chant in a church and then scold the parishioners for objecting. Yeah, well, everyone should leave that church and find another one that they have better luck with. I don't know. Pray at home. We used to have home ones. Like you'd arrange a meeting at home and you'd go over the Bible, and when I was little, like I wasn't involved, my mum was. Funny that. Deb said they have evidence. Alex said that poor girl. Kai said, yep, replacing us. Kanchegiawi said, Randy, my youngest son is heading your way as he's being headhunted for a uni position going over in June. Wow, good. Shannon said, can't do that. It would be dead naming, lol. Dolores said, another Michael. Randy said, we like foreign students. They pay way more to go to our schools. Kai said, hopefully the public wake up in time. Pete said they're holding Islamic prayer from a pulpit in the UK Parliament. That is absolute, disgraceful. Really. Alex said, I think that looks like Photoshop, the woman and bloke. It could be. Kanchega said, Randy, he is to teach kind of like a facilitator. Deb said, a lot of American First Lady have been men. A lot of American First Ladies have been men, yep. Flyby Stew said, Puff the Magic Dragon, lol. Old School Pete said, what's next the Royal Palace? St. Michel's or Michael's? St. Michel's. Alex said, they're trying to make this country Muslim and they're getting away with it. Old School Pete. Kanchega Yowie said, Deb, even JFK is sus. Randy said, send him with lots of money, everything expensive and lots of taxes. Yeah, Kanchega, I'd say, there are some people that are, but, no one's perfect. I don't know what you're talking about with JFK. But I don't think we're ever going to get someone who's absolutely perfect. Do you know what I mean? In every way, because humans aren't really. Randy said, send him with lots of money, everything expensive and lots of taxes. Pete said, the Islamo left are being pushed into power all over the Christian world. They are the broom. Out to lunch said, when I hear Obama, I hear the O'Reilly's jingle in my head. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, right. O'Brien? O'Brien. Isn't the O'Reilly out of Faulty Towers? Kanchega said ETs sometimes cloak themselves as clowns. Sal said stay away from Ismail Perez, Stu, he's a clown. Alex said I hope so before it's too late. I don't know who Ismail Perez is, but anyway. Menacing Muskrat said Jacinta Ardern has a whopper flopper, just saying. Out to lunch said I knew a clown. True weird people without makeup, his wife. Wife was something. Kanchega said Randy, he has to have so many thousands of dollars in his account by the end of March. His accommodation is taken care of, as is his travel. Out to lunch said same. Randy said Taylor Swift too. Notice how many women, you know the chair dance that they do? They get a chair and they dance around and on the chair and they do their leg flipping things, and that's a Masonic dance for the Freemasons that women do for the Freemasons. And seriously, check out how many people, Madonna, you name it, how many women have done that dance in their performances. Okay, Sal said, go Ricardo Bossy, and yes, Heavy is okay. Yeah, I'm just a bit sus on him. Flyby Stew said, Zal, you know what it's like when you're bored out of your tree? Pete said, I don't really get Taylor Smith. She's a female Cliff Richard. Alex said, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Yeah, I think I got it right. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? She sells seashells by the seashore. Kenchegi Yowie said, menacing muskrat, I've seen more meat on a butcher's pencil hung like a jelly bean. Alex said, cool, Hev, it definitely looks like a diorama. Yeah, it does. That nuclear explosion, yes. And the one that they tried to scare everyone with. It in fact is like a diorama. Out to lunch said, how much meth could a meth head make if a meth head could make meth? I don't know. Probably blow themselves up in the meantime. I don't know. Zal said, I wouldn't say so, Yowie. Kai said, I dozed off, so I'm going to go. Much love and blessings. You too, Kai. Randy said, love to you all. God love yous. Conchega said, Zal, well, just depends on who you listen to, but each their own. Alex said, take care. See you soon. God bless to you and Tony, Kai. Everyone's saying goodbye, Kai. Much love. Sal said, most sources are off, Yowie. Shannon said, you hear what you read. Geoloff said, nuclear isotopes and rates of decay are no joke. Everyone's about to find out just how contaminated our environment is, just how much we have bioaccumulated over the past 15 years. Well, I remember hearing many, many years ago that nuclear bombs aren't actually radioactive. They're just TNT. Stronger TNT. I don't know. Who's right and who's wrong? I don't know. But when you think of all we ever got from mainstream media was radiation, scary, scary, scary bombs, radiation, scary, scary, scary bombs. I don't know. I just don't know what to believe right now. So I'm just going to wait. Pete said, I don't get, and I'd love to know the answer, is what the cops are saying about all this. At some point they must realise they're going against their own. Are they being told what's really going on? I believe the ones that know and object to what's going on have left. And they're bringing, like, new people in. I don't even know if they're from the same country. New cops. Or they're just not trained very well. I wonder if the cops are trained by lefties as well. That is a big problem if that's the case. Pete said, how do they sleep at night? Menacing Muskrat said, I heard that is a party. Must be Friday or something. Sal said, yep, and it won't go away. You've been told what's about to really happen will blow your mind. Randy said, Friday. Yeah. Dealey said, no taxes. Alex said, I've seen those sound bites before. Very interesting. I heard that is embarrassing, but could easily be any of the others. Yep. Shannon said, taxation is theft. Like the mob. Like the mob running government. That's what it's like. Kenchegi Yowie said, Zal, as I do ex-military and I'm not as a wallflower, do have an idea on what is happening. Did 3 years ago before all the crap went down, no one would listen. Randy said, end government. Randy said, smoke and have. Deb said, I was thinking about the planes of Boeing not being up to scratch in service. It is a fear campaign. Is it a fear campaign if it's about they don't want us to travel 15-minute cities? Maybe it could be too. Menacing Muskrat said, someone is purring. Yeah, well, it's not me. My cat was. Randy said, cat ring anyone? Randy said, Boeing too much DEI hires. That's what I think. Shannon said, is a cat's purr a healing frequency? Apparently it is. Alex said, I heard about another plane falling out of the sky the other day. It's scary. They won't say why, but I can maybe guess. Randy said, bird chirping too? Yep. Conchega said, yes, 55 hertz. Shannon. Old School Pete said, just in case anyone's rich or crazy, don't hand in cash over for med beds online. The alliance is not real. Yeah. No. It'll be released when it's released, and I wouldn't go in for something beforehand. The only thing I would suggest, and that was only to Kai, was to look into Neuralink. Not get it, just look into it. Okay, Randy said, I'm happy all the time. D-Lee said, unless we have actual boots on the ground with eyes in all these places where shit is happening, then it didn't happen. Conchega said, Pete, yeah, I had an email. They want $300 to go to a military base for treatment. I'm still laughing. Yeah. Conchega Yowie said, Old School Pete to an Gmail account. Ooh, Deb said, my son had 3 suicide in high school, then COVID. Alex said, that's a great attribute to have, Randy. Menacing Muskrat said, always use positive reinforcement. All my pets love positive reinforcement. Yes, they do. Randy said, it is your choice, not others. Pete said, crazy, I stumbled upon that stuff the other day. Bonkers crew on that woman's channel. Deb said, Adelaide Yowie. Old School Pete said, cruel scam, but targeting people in bad situations, however silly. Yep. Randy said, you get what you give. Conchega Yowie said, Deb, sad about the kids. Randy said, got new tyres coming for my crotch rocket. Your bike. Shannon said, curse those dang chicken strips, Randy. Randy said, I don't have no chicken strip. I use all the tire edge to edge. Randy said, sliding is riding. GLOFs, be careful there, Randy. GLOF said, watch the media will start beating on about random and various assaults. Radon and various assaults infiltrating all infrastructures, and the Wigner effect will be how they confiscate private property under the scope of public safety. Alex said, well, he had bruises all over his neck after he was with Thomas Kingston, who apparently killed himself. They've opened an inquest into it now. Maybe Will had something to do with it. George said, I downloaded all the X-Files series and the movies. Yep. Menacing Muskrat said, lunar eclipse March 25th and solar eclipse April 8th. Out to lunch said, isn't there anal bleaching? Yeah, there is. Randy said, I like the X-Files. Old School Pete said, The Matrix. What you mean? We only know what they allow us to know, and beware that dumb we think we're clever talking about this stuff on an app they own. Oh no. Out to lunch said, isn't that crazy? Alex said, I watched that video you shared the other day about solar eclipse. Very interesting, Menacing Muskrat. Randy said, everybody coming to Niagara Falls to see the eclipse, rooms booked. Deb said, bastard did not ask where the mother spent this $5,000 to have children. They were seen buying giant TVs, not on kids. Yeah. Out to lunch says, someone woke up and decided to advertise it. Stupid thing won't light. It's trying to save me. Deb said, so my son is having a 21st birthday party. Oh, happy birthday, Deb's son. Randy said, she's blushing. We're doing a good job. Menacing Muskrat said, this is a great series regarding the lunar and solar eclipse and how it's related to Esther in the Bible. Conchega said, Deb, same here, when all the payments being made, tattoos, TVs, cars, $20 spent in the kids. Alex said, happy birthday to your son, Deb. Old School Pete said, see how Mr. Burns is based off Jacob Rothschild, Red Shield. They'll finally kill him off on The Simpsons. Will they finally kill him off on The Simpsons? I don't know. Out to lunch said, happy birthday to him. Old School Pete said, been wondering about that one for some reason. Alex said, save for later or tomorrow. Kacheki Yowie said, Deb, my youngest son turns 30 this year. My youngest is 32. I started young. Deb said, thank you. He's a second-year plumbing apprentice. Nancy Muskrat said, I believe there's dollars in the series. dollars in the series, money in the series. Deb said, well done, Yowie, makes us feel old. Out to lunch said, plumbing is good job, then electrical next. George said, the UK government are traitors. Alex said, what do you mean? Dollars. Is there more than one video, Menacing Muskrat? I'll check them out. I love watching new stuff. Conchega said, Deb, my eldest turns 42 on Wednesday. Well, there you go. My eldest is 35 this year. 34 now, 35 this year. God, I feel old. Anyway, Randy said, I'm a plumber. Randy said, 35 years. Damn it, Randy said, when I hear the Obamas, I get the Jefferson theme song in my head. Moving on up. Dealey said, all the governments are traitors to its people. Pete said, I knew a clown. He don't like me and Hev very much. Terry's his name, loves a wooden chair. Yes, I remember that one. Didn't like me at all. No. Neither did Amber Huxley, whatever. That I think is UK lady. But anyway, hey. Exactly the same voice tone. And she got my main channel deleted, apparently. So, yeah, that should be fun when it all comes around. Deb said, thank you, Alex. Menacing Muskrat said, yes, scroll to T more in the video and there's 4 other related videos. Out to lunch said, O'Reilly parts. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Deb said, red leather, yellow leather. I should do all these before I even start and come on to make a live stream, and then I might be able to talk properly. Alex said, you'll never be out of work, Randy. I did plumbing once. I wish I had carried on. Many may pick it up again. Deb said, awesome, Randy. Deb said, you know what he's up for then, Randy? Pat said, the Reserve Bank CEO, Michelle Bullock, is a man. Randy said, they keep calling me to not only work but teach. Well done, Randy. George said, Peter's Terry still on YouTube? Out to lunch said, have to do some plumbing soon. Show pan and floor. Oh, Terry, who? It's a nickname for someone called Anne Dragine. Believe it was the person that got Wheezy deleted. What is truth? It had to do with all the Sean Atwood stuff, you know. Yeah. A bunch of people over in England doing some weird shit. But anyway. Okay, out to lunch said have to do some plumbing soon. Show pan and floor. Menacing Muskrat said, my pups are headed to 40 pounds. Huck and Finn. They're going to be... Lucky I didn't say that the wrong way around. They're going to be big roddies. Lucky I got that one right. Menacing Muskrat. Deb said, we know that there's more to the story now when fear's being pushed. Oh, where'd I go? I jumped. Okay, Randy said, pay is great, dirty hands, clean money. I do mostly new construction. Oh, that's a good one to do, rather than people's blocked up drains. Thiele said, Randy, we do need good teachers to pass on the knowledge. Randy said, that's how I learn and still earn. Yep, still learn. Out to lunch said, new is easy peasy, but still fun in a way. Alex said, oh, how cute. You'll have to send a picture to Hev. Show us, Menacing Muskrat. Yeah, little puppies. Dealey said, we can never stop learning. Yes, exactly. Never stop learning. Till the day you die. Deb said, animal therapy. Conchegiowie said, Randy, the day you stop learning is the day you give up. Menacing Muskrat said, how many, Alex? Lol. Out to lunch said, there is water under your house. You know what I'm saying? Bloody cigarette keeps going out. It's take me like an hour to smoke this cigarette, I think. Probably. Randy said, always something to learn. Out to lunch, I can't quite see what that is. It looks like swimming. Fun swimming. Alex said, I love all animals, good for the soul, and I'm always learning every day. Dealey said, me too, Alex, love all the animals. Menacing Muskrat said, I love German Shepherds. These guys, the Rottweiler, are a close second. Boy, are they super smart, I know. I love Roddies. They're beautiful. I like shepherds too, German shepherds. Menacing Muskrat said, flyby, hello, how you doing? Did you find your pick, lol? D-Lee said, yes, Muskrat, I've seen too many animals doing smart things. Alex said, people underestimate how clever animals are. Stu said, menacing Muskrat, hello, I found the old phone, it won't turn on. Pete said, I think a lot of that of that I'd down to shame, Alex. A dumb animal don't comprehend our cruelties as a species its cope. Menacing Muskrat said, I know, I have a couple of those too. Out to lunch said, our black lab has glossy, pretty eyes, gonna miss her, she's smart. Yeah, so are Labradors, they are very smart, they need to be taught well too. Like most animals. Deb said, I felt I always had a connection to animals like a Doolittle. It was a time that if you was a child or an animal, you was dumb. Flyby Stu said, if I can get it to change, I'll be having a look. Old School Pete said, UK lady, she's meant to have had her boobs out, a bit of a stalker, they say. Paying people to hurt others, it's said. Yes, I believe she was Amber Huxley. And she's the one who got me deleted off YouTube. Yep, her. There's also something interesting about her. I found out her real name and I found a story about her. Saying she was a doctor when she wasn't. Where is it? Have I still got it on here anywhere? Oh, no. I'd have to go into history. Where's history? There isn't one. Hang on. History, there we go. How far back was it? Oh my God. It's going to take me forever. But I saw a video and it was showing who she was. And so I looked up the name and I found an article on her. Just written by someone else. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. No, I'd have to really go looking for it, I think. Because it was so long ago I opened the page. Shit. Okay, well I'll have to look for that for the next time. Yeah, she's a horrible person. I don't know. She also had a video up, but she took it down. But she was showing people, like, she had a calendar of dogs pooping. I don't even know why you'd buy one of them, but I mean, that's something very strange to me. Every month was a new picture of a dog pooping. There's something wrong up there with that lady, I'm telling you now. Alex said, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. Nearly got me. Out to lunch said, shower and floor. Deb said, yeah, shit's still on YouTube, SA. Pete said, not sure if her face has been seen, though she had calmed down. To be fair, lots came out with humble dryer. Oh, really? That's not Heather Turner either. They're different people. Yeah. I'll go and have a look. Old School Pete said, so Heather quit. Yes, Heather Turner doesn't have a YouTube channel anymore as far as I'm aware. Flyby Stu said, in a bit, guys, take care out there. Where was I up to? Down here somewhere. D-Lee said, I know how you feel out to lunch. The dog on RT, Blue Lockie, is close to going. Pete said, UK lady's face, not Heather. No, it's not. Yeah, I know. I don't think that Heather Turner was Amber Huxley. Listen to the voice. Completely different. Listen to the UK lady's voice. That's exactly it. And UK lady is American, and she's in the UK, and exactly the same as what Amber Huxley was. Deb said, yes, my son is in new buildings. Everyone's saying goodbye to Flyby Stu. I'm just going to put the intermission on for a minute, guys. Just give me a sec. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry. I actually, let me look for something here and I'll see if I can find it, because you got me on this UK lady thing now. I'm trying to find... yep. Let me just see what I can find. Someone did a short on her. I'm just going to show you something, okay? Not this one. Okay. The name, Dr. Thelma Geneva Fox, okay? Let me just... Louise, was it? Oh, O-U-I-S-E Fox. Let's have a look. Thelma Louise Fox. So it brings up Thelma Louise. Hang on. Geneva, that's it. It was Geneva Fox, not... Okay, Daily Mail UK, let's go. IT teacher is sacked after using her computer know-how to bypass school security software so she could do online shopping. That's not the only thing she did. That's her. She lost a little bit. She's a bit smaller now. The panel did not proceed on allegations of inappropriate language said to have been used by Dr. Fox when addressing students. It was claimed she told one pupil, "Your mother is like a chicken coop. Cocks fly in and out all day." Dr. Fox was also alleged to have said words to the effect of, "I want to dress up as pupils C, but I can't fit 20 C's in your mouth." The panel threw out the claims because the hearsay evidence from students was not considered admissible. Now the IT teacher, who's not worked in education since January 2015, has been dismissed from Longcroft School and Sixth Form College in Beverley, East Yorkshire. Dr. Fox, who worked at the school first as a supply teacher in 2013, then as an IT teacher in 2014-15, denied making the alleged comments. This is not the only thing I found. The findings published on behalf of Secretary of State said the panel has found that Dr. Fox engaged in conduct that has some potential to cause harm and failed to act as a role model. Okay, let's go back because I found more than that. Allegations mount for a disgraced IT teacher. Is this one that says that that's her? Unprofessional conduct and behaviour which brought the profession into disrepute. I think this is the one I read actually. The teacher misconduct panel chose to not proceed on allegations of inappropriate comments and language that Dr. Fox has reportedly used when addressing pupils at Longcroft School. Yeah, we read all that. Miss Fox, 41, who lives in Hull, East Yorkshire, denied making the alleged comments while teaching in Longcroft. Yeah, we read that. Yet a check online shows Miss Fox appears to have a checkered past as well. According to court records, prior to leaving the United States for good in 1995, Miss Fox, then still known as Thelma Geneva Vaughan, was arrested and charged with criminal felony for passing bad checks in the state of Oklahoma in 1994. The charges were dropped in 2003 after restitution was made. More recently, in November this year, a complaint for cyberbullying was filed against Miss Fox with Greater Manchester Police, arising from a disagreement with another woman via social media in which Miss Fox threatened her with bodily harm. The police report alleges that after the incident, Miss Fox shared photos of her family, including that of an underage minor, as well as personal contact details of her family, and encouraged other online contacts she associated with to harass and intimidate the family, more specifically by visiting them at their home in the northwest. This is not a good person at all. Though the story concerning her teaching career broke across national media headlines, including Yahoo, Daily Mail, Metro and The Sun, nothing's been said about one significant issue not addressed in the panel's report. Exactly what kind of doctor is Thelma Geneva Fox? The assumption would be that as an academic with several years of teaching experience, she would hold a PhD, yet there is nothing to be found online of a published academic dissertation. Ms. Fox's LinkedIn profile states she holds a medical doctor degree with a specialisation in emergency medicine from the University of Maryland, College Park in the United States, stating she graduated in 1999. However, a check with the Registrar's Office indicates that they have no record of her ever being enrolled as a student there under her current name or any of her married or maiden names. In addition, the University of Maryland, College Park, does not have a College of Medicine and does not confer degrees in medicine. The University of Maryland does have a School of Medicine in Baltimore, but it's a completely separate entity from the University of Maryland, College Park, with a separate campus. Although both universities are part of the University System of Maryland, they are entirely different academic institutions. The University of Maryland School of Medicine does not provide distance learning classes, which Miss Fox would have had needed during the years she claims to have been in medical school because she was not a resident in the United States at the time, nor does the University of Maryland School of Medicine have a record of Miss Fox ever being a student there under her present name or previous ones. The path to become an emergency room doctor in the United States, which is the same as accident emergency physician in the UK, is a long and arduous one, requiring at least 11 years of study, a 4-year undergraduate degree including medical prerequisite courses, and 4 further years of medical school, followed by a 3-year hospital residency, followed by board certification. Yet in her LinkedIn CV, Miss Fox alleges to have completed all of those requirements by the time she was 24 years old in 1999. To have done so would be virtually impossible by that age, particularly since she was living in Europe for most of that time. A much older CV of Miss Fox's is also available online, which she claims to hold a degree in medicine from the University of Maryland European Division. Although it gives no date of the graduation, a Google search for the University of Maryland European Division redirects to the website for the University of Maryland University College, UMUC, whose website says its mission is to provide top-quality education and services to US military communities in the European and Central Commands. According to Wikipedia, however, UMUC is not a division of the University of Maryland, College Park, but rather a separate institution within the University System of Maryland. The University of Maryland University College, being primarily a distance learning university, does not offer degrees in medicine. UMUC's Registrar's Office confirmed that although Miss Fox was enrolled at distant learning student there as Thelma Geneva Raff, how many names does this person use? The surname being her first married name, for 1 year only during the academic year at 1988 to 1999. She was not awarded a degree, medical or otherwise. If Miss Fox was a foreign-trained doctor holding medical degree from a non-UK university, she would be required to be licensed and registered with the General Medical Council of Great Britain in order to call herself a doctor in the UK. But a quick phone call to the GMC confirms that Thelma Geneva Fox has not been registered or licensed as a doctor in the UK under her current surname, nor under her previous ones. It should be noted that falsely claiming to be a medical doctor in the United Kingdom or giving the impression of being legally licensed to practice medicine in the UK is a serious criminal offence under the Medical Act of 1983, which states any person who willfully and falsely pretends to be or uses the name or title of physician, doctor of medicine, licentiate in medicine and surgery, bachelor of medicine, surgeon, general practitioner, or apothecary, or any name, title, addition, or description implying he is registered under any provision of this Act, or that he is recognised by law as a physician or surgeon or licensate in medicine and surgery, or a practitioner in medicine or apothecary, shall be liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding level 5 on the standard scale. That is not to say that Miss Fox is not a doctor of medicine. Perhaps there's an explanation for the reason she claims in different places to hold degrees in medicine from 2 different American universities, neither of which awards degrees in medicine, and one of which states Miss Fox was only enrolled there for 1 year, while the other states she was never enrolled at all. Maybe there's a logical explanation of why she calls herself Dr. Fox, despite never being on the GMC's doctor register. One thing is certain, a look into the background of Thelma Geneva Fox raises far more questions than it answers. So, this is her again. And if you go look up UK lady, that's her. She's lost a little bit of weight, but that is her. It's the same person. And that's this person here. So there you go. That's who I think it is, personally. And yeah, pretending to be a doctor and not actually being a doctor is illegal. Yeah. Old School Pete said, Out to Lunch says, time slowing down for you? Not really. It's actually going quite quick. Old School Pete said, I'll ask around. Have hope not. I thought better of the hillbilly. Thought that was all over. Yeah, I believe that's her. Deb said, my friend would just hold her smoke. It drove me nuts. She said it lasts longer. Randy said, I like Hev. Oh, God, love ya. Alex says, speeding up for me, out to lunch. Out to lunch said, maybe the groceries I toked on. Could be. Rich reminds me. Dealey said, that's cool, Randy. I know you'll teach them well and right. Out to lunch said, books out, stalker. Randy said, hit like for Hev. Deb said, do spill the tea. I just did. Yeah, just wait for it. It's coming. She'll get hers, don't you worry. Not in a bad, like I'm not threatening anyone. Legally, the right way. She'll get hers. Deb said, what's the name again? Okay, her name is... Oh, shit. Thelma Geneva Fox. Well, let me show you. Thelma Geneva Fox. That's her name. So, yeah, but on YouTube, she's UK lady. Out to lunch said, boobs. Randy said, gonna try. Deb said, please do an update on this, bish. Damn it, Mandy said, Atwood's a POS. We made fun of him in MREs once a whole week, all head over to his page and tell everyone what he is. Yep. I remember when I seen MRE do his first one is when I subbed to him about Sean Atwood. Me and everyone was in there. Anyone who knew what went on was in that chat, I think. Like most of us were in that chat telling him what was going on. Or what we'd seen. Menacing Muskrat just put Cliff High's status in there. Old School Pete said it was just a quick thing. Hev humbled, jumped onto a live Amber was on, said some stuff and she went, been gone since. Amber or Heather? Because I think people get those two mixed up. I do not believe Amber was Heather Turner. Old School Pete said ages ago on video, Craig's it was. I think I remember that. I think I did see that. Pat said, where's all the money for our coal going? Yeah, he called her out. She disappeared. Next one, UK lady. It's a different person. Concheggy, he said, Pat Ryan to the corporation government shareholders. Pat said, where's all the money for our coal going? Oh, that's it, to the corporation government shareholders. Deb said, 10:22 Adelaide, AM Adelaide, not moist today. Everyone's saying hello, Pat. How you going, Pat? Deb said, elevator music, chilling music. Here we go. Oh, that's where I was. Yep, okay. Out to lunch said, who are we talking about? Old School Pete said, I remember what she did now. Wanted someone's fingers broke with a hammer so they couldn't type. No idea of truth. Deb said she had Hev lose her channel. Yes. Whoever Amber Huxley was going around Sean Atwood at the time, and I think it's UK lady, whoever that was, they claimed on Wheezy's Facebook to get my channel deleted because they had reported me over and over again. Yeah, Dealey said never heard of her. Yeah. It had to do with, like, anyone who said anything about Sean Atwood, there was a little army of people that came after you, I'm telling you. Old School Pete said Amber seemed to have calmed down to, this is a surprise, she would ban me from her channel, but in the end she said I was a favourite troll. Cheeky bint. That was that was Heather Turner, wasn't it, though? Because I don't think Amber is Heather. I think Amber is UK lady, which is this Thelma Geneva Fox person. Listen to her accent. And I don't know if Wheezy's still got all the Sean Atwood stuff up on Odysee or Rumble or wherever he goes. But I think it's on Odysee, actually. If you go and look that up and listen to Amber Huxley's voice and then go and listen to UK, because that's what I did. I went and listened to Amber Huxley's voice and then I went to UK lady and bingo, there's the voice. That's it. It wasn't Heather Turner. Menacing Muskrat said dingoes are wild dogs, correct? Out to lunch said I'm checkered past, not her. Old School Pete said UK lady wanted the hammer thing, not Amber in her channel, allegedly. Well, Amber doesn't have a channel and she disappeared pretty quickly after Wheezy called her out, I believe. Conchega said Menacing Muskrat, yes, wild animals, easily domesticated and only breed once a year or recruit. Pete said, whoever that is, UK lady, be careful because she does not have that rep. She does have that rep. I don't care. She can threaten me all she likes. Good on her. Fucking idiot. She is. Menacing Muskrat said, interesting, lovely dogs, Conchega. Deb said, what was it about we don't like Jabberwocky? Out to lunch said, get some of the garden tilled and my daughter and son-in-law mowed the yard. Has been beautiful, but rain and tornado, we're safe. Good. Menacing Muskrat said, Randy, have you been keeping track of GC strategies? Debacle, what a clown show. Alex said, glad you're all safe. Out to lunch. Shannon said, I'm back. Old School Pete said, sorry about this, guys. This stuff comes from years ago. Didn't mean to change the fort. No, don't worry, Pete. I have been wanting, actually, to say something for ages and kept forgetting. So it's good that we go over this because I think I know who it is. And I'm going to go after it, like, in the right way, okay? We're going to do this the right way, but they're going to pay. So please don't worry, Old School Pete, you didn't change the format. It was just something extra to add to it, you know? Shannon said, fake it till you make it. Old School Pete said, Miss Fox. Where is it? It just jumped. Hey, Roscoe, how you going? Miss Fox seems sly as a fox. Conchega said, Menacing Muskrat, the mother was an alpine dingo. The father was a show champion blue heeler. The blue came from the dingo, crossed with a Scottish blue merle, then Dalmatian and Kelpie. Wow. Out to lunch said, padding the resume? Much? That's really padding your resume, isn't it? Shannon said, I made Skylar do it. She followed me back from the chooks. Menacing Muskrat said, take care, Conchega Yowie, I like blue heelers. And Roscoe said, hi, Heaven hope you're well. Hope you are too, Roscoe. Good to see ya. Old School Pete said, Roscoe, Wheezy's... No, it's a different one, I think. Yeah, it's a different one. That was a different Roscoe. I haven't seen that Roscoe for ages, Old School Pete. Deb said, I have a friend that has a sister who works for Australia Doctor Health. Oh, Old School Pete, you meant Heather. Yeah, no, Amber Huxley is not Heather. I don't believe it is. I believe that Amber Huxley is whoever UK lady is now, and that's not Heather. That's someone else. That's what I think. Just my personal opinion. Yeah, I saw the thing, Humble Dry go on Heather. Yep, she backed out real quick. But UK lady is just still there, and I believe that is Amber Huxley. I believe people got it wrong. Menacing Muskrat said the link from Cliff High is a pic of Michael Obama. Oh. Yeah, Roscoe said, Old School Pete, wrong Roscoe, mate. Yeah, that was, yeah. Old School Pete said, yeah, I meant Heather, I've been getting mixed up, you're right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to, like, Heather Turner was someone else. Like, they were all little soldiers of Sean Atwood, I believe. All had something to do with him, right? And Heather Turner got onto Wheezy's stream as well, with the, you know, the real American accent, the real drawl, you know. But UK lady had a mixture of English accent and American accent. Now you go listen to UK lady. Guaranteed. Shannon said that was personal pedo Antifa crew. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. You got it, Shannon. Out to lunch said claiming to be Leo, law enforcement officer as a felony in US, but never heard about being a doctor. Deb said British YouTube can be aggressive. Oh, it is, yeah. They can shout and scream all they want over there. And threaten people, you know. Roscoe said Sean Atwood is a mutant, MRE, and we all went after him and they hated it, clowns. Yeah, well, they got Wheezy deleted because of that. Wheezy went after him and they got him deleted. Menacing Muskrat said, update, this is what is happening in Canada, Stan. Roscoe said, get them told, heaven set. Yeah, I will. They can threaten me all they like. Oh, that one, yeah, that one worked. Shannon said, looks like Hev's smoking my nose hair trimmer. It actually looks like a flute. Look at it. It's like a flute. Look, it's even got a little digital screen on it. Better for you than the other one. Still cough. But not like a wet cough. It's, yeah. Old School Pete said, yeah, Marie calls him Strikewood. Yeah, he is. They all threw around defamation at everyone as well without a defamation court case. So apparently YouTube just allows that without any proof. Out to lunch, that Atwood thing been going on for a while. Yeah, well, it's over. It's been over for like 2 years, but I will never forget the person who got me deleted. My first channel. I will never forget. Roscoe said, so this fruitcake's in with Sean Atwood pedo ring. I believe so. Yep, there's something wrong with her. I'm telling you now. There's something. Even her. I watched a couple of her live streams, and I can honestly say that there's something wrong with that person. Deb said, and swear. Pat said, my youngest is 53. Oh, God love you, Pat. Oh. George said, I've not watched Twatwood since Daddygate. Yeah, me either. Shannon said, I thought vapes were opposed to make smoke. Supposed to or opposed? No, it's not smoke. It's vapor. It's not actually smoke. It's just like a vapor. And the taste is unbelievable. Very fresh. Deb said, that's awesome, Pat. Old School Pete said, Ratwood meant to have legally gagged Miss Diamond. Can't see the truth coming out there. Yeah, she just disappeared, didn't she, Kelly Diamond, after he played with her all that shit. Mm-hmm. Menacing Muskrat said, is that a special vape have? Yeah. Shannon said, lol, that was great advertisement, lol. Shannon said, not a flute, a recorder. Roscoe said, wow, yeah, he's got Reddit people, dark web hackers. Sean Atwood's total creep and a lying sick pedo. Yeah. I don't know. I am suspect of him in that way as well. I don't have proof other than he was trying to, he was going to schools as well at one point, saying, talking about being a gangster and all this shit. I don't know. I sort of had the suspicion he was grooming kids and selling for him, and the females to go into what his missus used to do, which was, what's it called? The bondage shit. You know that, what's it called? When you pay someone for it to get, I don't know, whipped and shit. I don't know, what is it? It's, there's a word for it. They're like Sort of like prostitutes, but I don't know if they actually have relations with them or just demean them. What's it called? It's like masochism. No. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I'm not into that shit. Deb said, well, when are they stopping vaping? I don't know. They're trying to stop the nicotine vaping at the moment. Menacing Muskrat said, you have a memory like an elephant, lol, Hev. Sometimes, and then other times I forget shit so quick, man. Like, oh. Shannon said, so you can blow out smoke and do tricks. Not really. It's more a little vapour and it disappears pretty quickly. Out to lunch says, Shannon's right. Deb said, looks like a recorder. Conchega said, everyone needs to remember the state or federal governments are corporations and cannot pass laws. Deb said, creepy smile. That's it, dominatrix or something like that. Yes, that's what I believe they go to schools for, to groom people into doing one or the other. And it might not even be dominatrix type thing. It might be actual selling yourself. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because he used to hand his card out to kids. And if a speaker comes, yes, fair enough, but don't start handing your card out to the kids. You say your piece, then you go. You answer questions if publicly, and then you go. Yeah, S&M, Deb, yep. Yep, as Shannon said, sadomasochisms. Old School Pete said, cameraman James was a gimp. Oh, wasn't he just? Yep, Deb, dominatrix. Shannon said, FU autocorrect. Hey, Niecy, how you going? Out to lunch said, a sadist. Deb said it would be a great dom. Old School Pete said, that's it, Debs. He had a kid to one. Yes, apparently. Had a kid to someone who used to work. Sean Atwood had a child to a lady who used to work in a dominatrix, as a dominatrix, and knows many people who does. And it's even questionable what else she's done. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a really quick live over on Rumble if you want to join me, just to say the things I couldn't say on here about the news that I couldn't talk about on here. So, Jen's her name from Dave Courtney's Sex Dungeon. That's where all this stuff comes from. Yeah, they're all degenerates. They're all a bunch of degenerates. You can tell that from Sean Atwood in his prank video. And then what happened from there? Catching Kelly Diamond on adult sites. Literally videos of her masturbating, which I will never unsee, which I really want to unsee. And, yeah, there's just things I can't unsee, mate, that I've seen. And it's like, oh, hell. You've got to be kidding me, don't you? Roscoe said, yeah, he's mad, shady, 100%. Definitely. The whole lot of them. The whole lot of that Ron, what's his name? Swanson. Watch out for that, yeah. Menacing Moscow said, breaking. I believe something is breaking on Trudeau in Canadistan. Hang on a sec. I'll do a quick search. Hang on. An interview that LBRY conducted with attorneys I can't say the name. That and Jeff Rath was just removed from YouTube on the basis of medical misinformation. Okay. I won't play that. See? I mean, I can talk about Australian being taxed to death, and look, Canada, hello? October 2022, Trudeau said, from today forward, it's no longer legal to buy, sell or transfer a handgun in Canada. 2024, Trudeau endorses law that would cage people, potentially even for life, for speech crimes. That slippery slope comes fast. Okay, I might have to play this over on Rumble because I don't know what it is, but there's some shocking news coming out of CFB, Gagetown, one of Canada's largest military bases. I don't know. But I'm going to bookmark that. Stopping illegal immigration is important, but it won't do much to solve the problem. Almost all of the 1.2 million newcomers to Canada last year came here legally as immigrants. Temporary foreign workers, foreign student, or accepted refugees, that is the heart of the matter. As for having immigration numbers that line up with the availability of housing, it means nothing if your solution is only to financially coerce cities to build more apartment buildings, which is the only proposal he's made, and is the same unrealistic plans as the Liberals. The realistic solution is to drastically cut immigration numbers, which is why nothing will change with the Poilievre government. He will bring in as many immigrants as Trudeau because Poilievre supports mass immigration. Oh, does he? I don't know. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we are going to go over to Rumble and I will hang on a sec. I'm just going back here. Sophie speaking out on Trudeau. Oh, really? Hang on a sec. Let me click on that and then let me just pause. Okay, I'll just pause that and then go. Oh, don't do that. Okay. I've got to go back a bit, hang on. Deb said, call me Daddy or something, Sean Atwood. Yes, Daddygate it was called. Cheggy always said, Deb, yes, please, black and red leather is preferred. What are you talking about? Roscoe said, just downloaded Rumble, I'll follow you. Yeah, Dave Courtney was into all that dominatrix shit. Yep. Alex said, hopefully the House of Cards are falling. And Sophie speaking out, which is Justin Trudeau's wife, is that right? Deb said, my boss would say I hide my stilettos in the cupboard. Yeah, old school Pete said, Deb, it's Daddygate, yep. Geoloff said, great show, love. Great chat, everyone. I'll see you guys on the flip side. I'll be getting up supper, so I can't chat. Love and pray for all till we meet again. Oh, you too, Geoloft. Alex said, we're all being taxed to the hills. Nursing Musgrave said, Heaven Sent is Sophie speaking out. Yep, okay. Yep, I got it. Delia said, take care, Geoloft. And Shannon asked Sophie the AI, because we don't really know who Sophie is. Until I clicked on that, I didn't know it was Sophie Trudeau speaking out, apparently. Conchega said, Deb's going to S&M finals in Melbourne, going to be beaten into second place. Alex said, love to you and your beautiful wife, Geoloft. Mercy Muskrat said, Sophie left Trudeau for Trudeau's other girlfriend. Deb said, I saw an older Diana. Shannon said, what has 5 toes and looks like a foot, but it's not your foot? Someone else's foot? Hang on, which way is this thing going? That's the wrong side. No, it's not. Okay, oh. I'm getting confused with one of these little rolly papers here. It was shining on both sides. I couldn't work out which one was the proper side. It was folded over anyway. Okay, Sticks and Stones said, Sticks and Stones said, out to lunch said, Sticks and Stones will break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. Yeah, I've heard that too. Isn't that a song? Tiki Doll said, my foot. Delia said, your foot. Deb said, much love, Geo. Roscoe said, my left foot, that thing can draw. Mercy Muskrat said, Melanie Jolie is Trudeau's girlfriend. That's why Sophie left him. Also, EpiPen Island. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Out to lunch. Old School Pete said, Dave Courtney's dead now. Murky death. Actually, some say suicide, others say hit. Tiki Doll. There you go. Out to lunch said, can't see when texting, what I've typed. Okay, oh. Okay, and with that, I'm going to go, and I'll see you over on Rumble in about 5 minutes or so, maybe 10. See how we go. Okay, much love, guys. See you soon. Bye.
I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.